Yo, what is good, everybody on YouTube, man? This, of course, ExactoKnife, bringing out another one of these educational tier lists, helping y'all get better at the game. If you gang, you know, to drop the like and watch the whole video or tab it up. Helps greatly with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, everybody, for the love, and let's get right into it. Now, today, we got all the 24 takeovers in NBA 2K22. I hope y'all enjoy, man. This is going to be only ranking the abilities of the takeovers, and there's a couple disclaimers. Some takeovers are way better when they're doubled up, which means you have two of the exact same takeover compared to their single standalone stand part, and I will point those out as I go. But they will mostly be ranked based on their ability in a vacuum, you know what I'm saying? Some takeovers are obviously better for 5v5. Some takeovers are obviously better for 2v2. Some takeovers are obviously better on a certain player build, you know what I'm saying? It's just all situational. Also, if you want to know what attributes are boosted on each takeover, I have a video I made for that recently. I'll leave it in the description. It's also one of my recent uploads on the channel. You can just click on my channel and check it out. If you want to know the exact attributes and how much is being boosted by each combination of whatever takeover you may have, definitely check that out. It'll make you a better player. But let's get right into it and start it off. I will be leaving timestamps throughout the video. I prefer you watch the whole video, but if you're in a rush or you just here for a specific takeover, you know, if you're not like a supporter of the channel, that's perfectly fine. I'll leave those little chapters where when you scroll, it'll tell you if it's slashing, shooting, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to scroll to whatever takeover you want. As you see, they're in order at the bottom of the exact order that they appear in the player selector thingy. So first things off, of course, is slashing. Now, no takeover is F tier to me. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, the lowest it goes is E tier. But the first one, Advanced Gathers, is going into the E tier. And sorry for the thing, it clipped out the letters a little bit, but you can still tell what it says. And it's also color-coded, you know, compared to how you see it on the game. So, Advanced Gathers. No point of doing spin layups and dunks unless you're an absolute pure slasher. And if you are an absolute pure slasher, why not just obliterate, incinerate, and demolish your opponent with a takeover that is coming up next, which is going to be finishing moves, and it's going into the A tier. You know what I'm saying? I know slashing is not like amazing in this game. I know a lot of people don't slash, and when they do, it's wide open dunks for the most part, but this one helps you end games for sure. On the twos, on the threes, anytime you have to attack the basket and convert, it definitely makes a massive difference for layups, dunks, time dunks, normal dunks, and all in all, it's just an amazing takeover to have in your arsenal. Up next, we got Easy Blowbys. Easy Blowbys, while it is a little bit better than Advanced Gathers because I do feel an effect with it, and also I tested all of these takeovers myself, and the ones that I didn't get a lot of experience with, I talked to someone that uses it every single day, you know what I'm saying, out of my friend group. So Easy Blowbys, yes, it does something, but if you're a pure slasher, like nothing like both, I would rather have this than have both of these as their double takeover counterpart activated at the same time. So like doubled up on this and doubled up on this, if that was somehow possible, would still be way worse than this. Just one of them, you know what I'm saying? Finishing moves is just so much better. I see no need to use any slashing takeover except for finishing moves. Now we got the shot creator takeover. A lot of builds get this year with even not that high of a mid-range. My point guard has a 73 mid-range and he gets this for some reason. But like I said, the first one is pull-up precision, and as y'all know, nobody uses this for the mid-range abilities. I mean, I'm sure someone somewhere does, but this one, if you use this takeover, just one of them, for fading from three, it is not even broken. It is obscene. You can make every single fading three as long as you have a build that has a decent 3-point. You know what I'm saying? 90 plus. You will make every three fading. It doesn't matter. And if you get the sharp take to go along with that and you have them both at the same time, it's crazy, man. After that, we have ankle breaking shots. Now, I'm sure someone somewhere has the right step back on, the right twos lineup, the right threes lineup for spamming step backs and getting shots off of that. But this year, it does only seem to work if you actually attempt a shot. When you do attempt shots in this game, it almost always makes you pick up the ball or it slows you down greatly. So I don't think ankle breaking shots is that good. It does do what it's supposed to, but ankle breakers are not a big part of the game this year, and they happen a lot more rarely. Also, this requires you to run badges like Space Grader and stuff like that very high, or you're not going to get anything. So it's C tier. Like I said, if you use it, go ahead. But I mean, I haven't seen a lot of success with it personally on a high ball control build. And right after that is negative impact in the B tier. Now, this reduces the contest, which is already bad. You know what I'm saying? If you have Blinders, Gold, Hall of Fame, a small player, you know what I'm saying, with mismatch expert, the contest is already bad. Now, negative impact does make that even more obvious, but it only works on fading shots. So if you fade a lot, you can use it. Like, this is definitely like a twos guard that loves to get a screen and just fade away takeover, because then the center or the hedge defender cannot contest you at all. But you have to fade to make this ability work. You have to understand. And if you get good at the game, you don't even need this takeover, because with Hall of Fame blinders, you can shoot standstill and fading shots and never get contested anyways. Up next, the sharp takeovers. Now, there's only 2 of them in the game, and to counterbalance that, there's 4 post-scoring takeovers. I don't know why that is, but limitless range. Come on, y'all know where this is going, bro. Single limitless range is already bad enough to deal with. When somebody activates both limitless ranges, like, I might put some clips in here, I might not, of me just playing rec with my homies and shit like that. Like, they're shooting from behind the half-court line. They're damn near getting a backcourt violation shooting the basketball. It is absolutely ridiculous what you can do with this takeover. You don't even need the chef badge or the limitless spot-up badge once you have this takeover. But if you do, it makes it even more overpowered, man. Like, I cannot stress how good this thing is. But the next one is just as good. Spot-up precision. Now, some people will say that limitless range is better than spot-up precision. I wouldn't say I disagree, but I feel like, especially if you're a player that ISOs like me, or you're a player that is a spot-up, you know what I'm saying, in the corner, if you want to use a sharp take, this is what you want to do. This is for people that like to shoot from closer to the three-point line, because they don't have to shoot from deep, you know what I'm saying? They work for a shot that's near the three-point line, or they just receive a catch and shoot. This one is definitely way better. It allows you, when you double up on this one, it allows you to green smothers, you know what I'm saying? Just like 2K19, if y'all remember, with reds and stuff like that with sharp take, in 2K18. So definitely check it out, like I said, on double up if you haven't already. But even just having one of them, it makes pretty much impossible for you to miss off a catch and shoot, you know what I'm saying? Or a standstill shot. It's very rare that you will miss. These takeovers up next, the playmaking takes, are probably the most controversial takeovers in the game, because some people say they're amazing, some people say they're bad, some people are just neutral. For me, I kind of got them in the middle of the pack. The first one is going to be the team ratings boost, and I'm putting that one in the B tier. A lot of people have this A and S tier in their mind, but no, bro. It gives about like a plus 10 increase to whoever, right after they keep them out. All these takeovers, the play takes, both of them only work when you catch the ball from the offensive player that has the play take for a couple seconds. That's it. So this one gives like a plus 10 to every single offensive rating. It's good, but I still see full bars off of it. I still see people miss. And obviously, you're not going to catch the ball with a non-dribbling build and just start dribbling all of a sudden. That's not how the game works. Up next, we have the team takeover boost. Now, a lot of people consider this game-breaking, overpowered. I've played with it. I've seen it used. If you're playing 5v5, I will say having one person pop this takeover is definitely a game changer. But outside of that, keep in mind, we're talking about the power of the takeover. When you have this takeover active, it does nothing. You get no special abilities. A lot of guards run this, and I just do not recommend it, even in 5v5. When you pop this takeover, you get no special abilities at all. I think like play take, when you pass to somebody, it gives like an extra dimer boost. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I don't really notice it myself from playing with people with this takeover. But it basically makes everybody else's takeover go up faster, and even faster when you have both of the same one. It's a good support takeover, but its takeover only lasts 90 seconds unless you have team take or you have extender. So I don't know why you would use a takeover that makes your teammates get takeover faster for a small part of the game. I just don't see the appeal of that personally. And for me, the best play take is going to be team badge boost, which is going into the A tier. I feel like whenever you're somebody with play take and you're passing the basketball, 9 times out of 10 you're hitting a spot up or somebody that doesn't have all their shooting badges maxed out. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have every single badge Hall of Fame except for maybe Sniper. They might have that one Hall of Fame. Everything else is going to be gold, silver, bronze. So this one raises the catchers' badges by 1 tier each in every single offensive category. So slashing, playmaking, and shooting. And what you have to realize is that, unfortunately, even though it does work only off of the catch, so you can't like pop this in and let somebody else with gold playmaking all of a sudden have every single badge Hall of Fame to ISO with. What it does do is it makes a way bigger impact by raising, let's say, corner from gold to Hall of Fame. let's say you have Sniper Gold, from Sniper Gold to Hall of Fame, Catch and Shoot from Silver to Gold, Green Machine from Silver to Gold, you know, and so on and so on and so on. It raises so many more badges. Like, I rarely see people miss off of this one. The ratings one, people will still brick every now and then, because the rating, like I said, a lot of people already have a pretty high 3 in this game anyways on the next gen side, and the rating doesn't do as much as boosting the actual badges. Now, up next, the lock takeovers. I love lock take, but ever since 2K20 and how overpowered it was in 20, and I guess 19 in a way, they really cracked down on it and nerfed it, which is fine, I guess, but extreme clamps, whether single or doubled up, is going into the A tier. It helps you get more steals, helps you get more body ups, it drains more stamina from your opponent, it increases your lateral quickness. In terms of like the actual ability, like the attribute already gets increased by any lock take. But it's a great takeover to have if you're a guard that plays 2s and you want to have one takeover on. Definitely have this one. It's by far the best lock take, although others have great utility, like for example the perimeter batch drop. Perimeter batch drop, in my opinion, if used correctly, single or double, is an amazing takeover if you know that you are the primary defender, and that if you're playing a game like Pro Am where the offense has to flow through one of the point guards up top, you know what I'm saying? If there's 1 or 2, it has to flow through them. In the park, people be backdooring, wrapping, all this extra shit. Like if you're playing a game with like 5v5, this takeover is really amazing because it drops all of the guards badges by 1 tier or 2 tiers if you have both of your takeovers on perimeter badge drop and activated. Now, why this is important? Because most guards can only score because of the Hall of Fame blinders badge, like, and the Hall of Fame mismatch expert badge. Like, let's just be honest, you know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame mismatch expert to gold mismatch expert is not a big difference, whereas blinders gold to Hall of Fame is probably the biggest gold to Hall of Fame badge difference in the game. Guards will go from shooting in your mouth and having it say wide open to it having to say 10%, you know what I'm saying? Even with a 5'9". So if you are in a situation where you're definitely going to be guarding good guards that are actually using skilled moves to score, like dribbling, and they're shooting in your mouth with a 5'9", which is not that skilled, this will counter that. And lastly, the enhanced jump shot contest. Man, I gave this one so many chances. I tried so hard to make this shit work, but this shit is going promptly into the D tier, and you're lucky, my brother, that you're not in the F tier. You know what I'm saying? You fucking lucky that you're not in the fucking F tier. You fucking suck. In a game when there's no contest, no defense, this one could have been amazing, bro, to counter the 5'9s, the stupid blinder shit, and it just does nothing. Like I said, the perimeter batch drop does 20 times more, and all it does was take the batch down the tier. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Now, up next, we have the glass stakes. And, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. They've grown on me a lot. This is the first 2K in my entire 8-year 2K career where I've ever used a glass cleaner or a glass takeover. And, I actually enjoy it. Boxout wall seems to activate box and worm in pretty good situations most of the time, so I'm gonna put that in the B tier. Like I said, no glass take is ever gonna be dominant because everyone and their mother on this game has a 90+ rebound. Even 6'7" power forwards have a 90+ rebound, but it definitely does make a big impact on the game if you know how to use it correctly. Same with See the Future. And this one, I will say, if you have not tried both See the Futures, right as the guard releases the ball, I found this out in the rec a couple days ago, right as the guard releases the basketball from the tippity top of their pinky finger, you know what I'm saying? That thing shows up where the board is going on the court. As single, it's not that good. As double, it is absolutely godlike. That shit is insane. Definitely try it out. And last but least, we have the biggest meme, the biggest joke takeover, glass cleaning dimes, going into the S tier. Psych, you thought, imagine this is going into the E tier. Never mind, I should have added an F tier for this bullshit, bro. It helps you throw outlet passes better, and it helps you make people score off of offensive rebounds. Now, if for some odd reason somebody misses on NBA 2K22, like I said, the red alerts are going off in the White House. America is in a state of emergency. Somebody missed on NBA 2K22. This takeover does absolutely nothing, even compared to just passing the ball back out, because nobody misses twice. You know what I'm saying? And if they do get a white, we can run bronze or higher post playmaker and bronze or higher dimer for just a couple badge points, and you get the power of this takeover always. If you run this takeover, you gotta be a troll. That's all I'm gonna say. Rim takeover, man. guarding my tall center in the rec center has given me a lot of time to experiment with different rim takes and stuff like that. And still, after I was hoping I would change my mind, but stuff blocks, even though it only boosts your blocking ability, frequently that's the only way you're getting a stop in this game. If I had to be completely brutally honest with some of y'all, bro, that's the only way you're getting a stop in this game sometimes, is stuff blocks. Because if you don't block it, it's probably going in. And that brings me in to paint intimidation. Now, I'm a great defender. I made a build of 99 of everything relating to paint defense, every badge Hall of Fame. And I be having this takeover activated, and people, bums rather, old bums in the rec center, are making 40, 50, 30% layups with guards that don't even have a layup rating, with bigs, with stupid shots. Like I said, usually I get stops regardless, but I'm just saying, this takeover being on makes no impact at all in my eyes. Some people say it helps others miss dunks against you and stuff like that. I guess that's a very niche situation. I'd rather have stun blocks in that case, but paint intimidation is going in the C tier. I can't put it over here because I feel like it does do something, but in my experience, man, if you're gonna run a rim take, it should not be this one. And that brings me into interior badge drop. Now, a lot of y'all don't know that it drops every single badge in the defensive and offensive category. What does that mean? How can it drop badges on defense? Well, obviously not when the other player's playing D, but when they're on offense, their Boxout badges, their worm badges, and their rebound chaser, which are offensive badges in the defensive category, get dropped. For that, it's going in the B tier. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it unless you're going in a wager against a post score. I don't see why you need interior badge drop in general, because even if you go against like a normal center that has, let's say, Hall of Fame fast switch and grace under pressure, you drop their badges to gold, that shit is still going in. You know what I'm saying? It's 2K22. But like I said, paint intimidation can't even help you with that. You think this is gonna help you with that? One lower badge tier and people make stupid standing layups with a 25 on a 5'9 player? Come on, bro. Let's be honest with ourselves. But nah, the interior badge drop definitely does make an impact in terms of preventing them from getting more boards over you. And if you are playing a post score, it helps out a little bit. Last and certainly not least is the post takeovers. Now, I love the post, and I don't know why they broke it up into 4 post takeovers. I guess they tried to nerf the overall position by breaking up the skills into different charts. I guess it worked because post scoring sucks unless you are a paint masher, which is not post scoring. But power backdowns. Ah, man, power backdowns, you're going in the D tier. While this does have an impact, and if you have a very high strength big player and you go against other big players, it'll make you stand out more. And like I said, I feel like with how bad pulling the chair is, I don't think it's that even bad if like you're playing pro-am and you're a post and you like to just, you know, you don't even like to shoot hooks and fades because there's not really a lot of floor spacing. You just like to push them out of bounds. This will do that for you. But I feel like you can accomplish that with just back down punisher and a high strength player and just a little bit of finesse. You don't need this takeover to be active. Post playmaking, same thing as the glass clearing dimes, bro. There's badges like Dimer and post playmaker that literally do the action of both of these things. Like I'm telling you, I run on my big man right now with 15 playmaking badges on my tall center. That's post and glass take at the moment. I run bronze post playmaker and bronze diamond. Nobody misses off my passes, almost ever. Do not run either of these takeovers unless you're a troll. Advanced post moves. Now, this helps with drop steps and spins and things like that. I'm not going to overrate it because I feel like spins are garbage this year. I've tested this with Hall of Fame post spin technician. It does nothing. Drop steps, they're okay. You'll get an animation, but I feel like you get big drop steps with like silver or gold drop stepper with no takeover at all. So I don't even think this is like required at all. I'm putting in the C tier. It does give you some nice push animations and stuff like that, but that's just if you paint mashing, you might as well go with post shot daggers in the A tier. Now, my old ass can't put it in the S tier because then people are gonna unsub from the channel. But it is definitely A tier. It greatly increases the ability of fades, which is already good if you know what you're doing in the right situation. Greatly increases the ability of hooks. And if you run both of these as post shot daggers as your takeovers, the hooks you will make, I'm not telling you to do it, but you can definitely try it out, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. By far the best post take. Hey, man, hopefully I enjoyed the video, man. I like making these type of videos, putting y'all on to what is good and what is ass in the game. Like I said, if you have made it to the end and you haven't dropped a like yet, please do. Appreciate all the support, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.